PRCH Group presented earnings yesterday for the second quarter, and as you can see, stock is trading flat today. They presented at after market hours, and we saw a no reaction basically. This was a big nothing burger in terms of result as well. So it's clearly a test of patience for us as investors in this company. And if we look at just some of the highlights from the earnings, looking at the second quarter results here, Matt Ehrlichman reiterated the claim of second half adjusted EBITDA profitability and talked some about the headlines. It was basically a repeat of last quarter in terms of that, although using the word catastrophic in terms of describing weather events might not be the best thing to do in terms of PR when doing, a shareholder report. That's a spooky word for investors, but indeed 18 million lost there from extreme weather events in the claims. But talking about financial results, we saw an increase here in total revenue, and it was driven by the insurance segment. And this is insurance. People tend to say that it's great for the insurer, and indeed it is. It's a good margin business with potential to float a lot of cash. So good to see that continuing to drive results, although I would have loved to see the software segment being a strong growth driver as well. Although with the current home owner housing market here, I think that that's a dream that needs better market conditions to be able to utilize. Basically more buying and selling going on in the housing market. We also see a reduction in the cost of revenue, always good to see. That's a sign of good management in this case. We saw GAAP, so generally accepted accounting principles, a loss. This was expected, but I always hope for a surprise profitability and a large increase in share, so that's disappointing, but once again a test of patience. It's all about buying and holding and continuing to believe in your investment thesis, and it can be really hard days like this when a earnings report is usually an event that creates a lot of volatility, whether it's upward or downward. It creates a lot of excitement, but then when we have days like this, I guess this is investment, it's like watching paint dry basically. So not very exciting, but that's the good kind of investing. We also see some talk about the gross written premiums, and we also see some talk about the amount of cash that the company has. So strong, solid balance sheet in this case. They did this 102 million cash from the issuance of 333 million senior secured notes. I covered this event earlier on this channel and did a breakdown on the different parts of the deal, what was fees, what the money was used for, and one part of this, if you remember, is this 102 million in cash. And that's good in a shaky market. We need to see strong balance sheet, survivability, very important. One of the cornerstones of a corporation's basically purpose, to drive as much profit for shareholders as possible and to survive forever. It's the two tenets when we talk about it in accounting principles. And then, of course, we've heard this before, approved in 11 states, this reciprocal exchange of insurance. We heard that last quarter as well. But then, quite interesting here with new partnerships here for channel distribution. And this is something that this company has a lot of potential to do. It's very easy to vertically integrate, basically, in a lot of sectors. And we've seen in other geographies outside of the United States vertical integration with banks for similar companies. There's a company in Australia doing similar stuff, and there's just a lot of potential to continue to increase revenue although we need to see profitability now in these shaky market conditions. That's the important bullish event for this stock price. So I will continue to wait patiently. Just to summarize this quarter, it was a big nothing burger. It was a test of patience, basically creating very little volatility. Alright, that's been it for this video, and as always, hope you make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.